Hello there. Welcome to the HAP Basics Workshop. My name is Samir Hussain. In this video, we are going to discuss very important question which will come mostly in the HAP interviews, which is what are the external parameters or files or documents you need to have before you start HAP design. In other words, what are the external parameters required before startup HAP design? So let us understand those particular aspects. To begin with, we have building orientation. That means which side is north, west, east, south, all those details you need to have. Next, we have floor plans. Obviously, we need floor plans to understand the different rooms and their applications and their sizes. What's the room width, length, and all the details, including the partitions as well. Next, we have building elevations and sections. Why do we need elevations? Because we need to understand the glazings on which elevation, whether it's front, back, side, which elevation do we have glazings. For that information, we need to understand and we need to check the elevations. And next, we have sections. Why do we need sections? Because we need to understand the height of each particular space. Moving forward, we have doors and windows schedule. Again, we need this information to understand what are the windows and doors which are facing to the atmosphere, from where heat transfer can take place. We should consider all those windows in the HAB design calculations. Moving forward, we have construction details. In other words, U values. For what? For walls, for windows, for roofs, for partitions. Obviously, all these parameters, walls, windows, will be facing atmosphere. That means we can expect some kind of heat transfer from those areas. So these particular parameters should be entered as an input for the HAP software. And finally, to end with, we need to understand the type of building, whether it is commercial, residential, mall, what type of building is that. That information you should get it before you start up HAB design from your architect. So once you have these informations, then you're good to go. But one pro tip, which is regarding U values. That means you should always get this data approved from your architect and civil engineer. Why? Because every company will follow their own rules with respect to insulation when it comes to wall, the thickness of the wall, the insulation, the plaster thickness, all these details will be changing from one company to the other company. That's why wherever you're working, always get this data from your architect and civil engineer. Once you have this data, then you calculate U values for each particular wall. Then you do that. Once you perform and complete the U values for each particular item, wall, windows, roof, and partition, then make sure the sizes, the values of U value of wall or any other item falls in the range of the local authority regulations. That means you have to match your value which you're getting it. That should be that should not exceed the maximum range provided by your local authority. Having said that, that is one thing which most engineers do the mistake. So please keep that in mind when you're performing HAP calculations, mostly U values. Having said that, this is this is it with respect to the external parameters you need to have before you start a HAP design. So with that said, I will see you in the next video.